Tonight, this tiger is on the hunt for victory. Coming to the ring, the challenger, Tony, the Tiger, Thompson!
Да, вот сейчас мы увидим, какой же он тайгер. Сложно сказать, как пройдет поединок. Я уверен, что Кличко не отступит от своей тактики ни на миллиметр.
Тигр Тони Томпсон, но вы знаете, тигр очень грациозное животное, очень координированное. Да, может быть, сильное и коварное в том числе. Но вот Луан Красничи, который дрался в свое время с Тони Томпсоном, уступил ему техническим нокаутом.
Мне кажется, поединок будет интересным. Очень интересным. Потому что боксеры знают друг друга. Они не будут долго находиться в разведке. В интересах соперника Кличко сразу идти вперед и доказывать свое преимущество, свое желание отобрать все 3 пояса. Ведь это огромный шанс.
Да, если вот примерно то, что я говорил в начале, если у Тони Томпсона и есть шанс, то он должен им пользоваться в самом начале, когда он свеж. Попытаться все-таки насадить Владимира на свою левую руку, на свой левый прямой. Если это не удастся, Тони Томпсон в раунде в 6-м, в 7-м уже будет совершенно не опасен. И он должен это также понимать. Если приехал в Берн не для того, чтобы получить свой миллион, а именно таков был гонорар, а с желанием действительно, может быть, последний раз в своей карьере громко хлопнуть дверью. Я не призываю Тони Томпсона заканчивать с боксом. В современном мире у супертяжеловесов 40 почтенный возраст, но даже не всегда критический. И можно в этом возрасте показать что-то. Не будем забывать, что и Владимир Кличко далеко уже не мальчик, и ему 36.
Интересно, сейчас...
What a scene in Bern, Switzerland. Michael Buffer introducing Dr. Steelhammer Wladimir Klitschko with Emmanuel Stewart leading him to the ring. And I always get a kick out of the presentations in Europe. They have a flair for the dramatic.
They sure do, but you can see Wladimir playing very just in his own thoughts, knows what's in front of him. And for Tony Thompson, you know, some guys might be freaked out by this a little bit. At least he's been through it once before, so it shouldn't be any big deal for him. He knows exactly what's happening here.
This is his 6th consecutive fight in a large soccer stadium, their football stadium in Europe. 25, 30, 40,000. This one tonight, 32,000. So it's a scene that he's very used to. This officially opened in July of 2005. One of the venues for Euro Cup 2008, Stade de Suisse in Bern, Switzerland. Wladimir Klitschko, the 1996 Olympic gold medalist, born in Kazakhstan, the IBF champion, the WBO world champion, the WBA super world champion, and the ring heavyweight world champion. And this is a very familiar scene for him, Freddie, his 21st world title fight.
Yeah, definitely. He's used to this. He draws huge crowds wherever he goes, and he is. And I would love to see him come to America and be a big star here too. Also,
I think we all would. Michael Buffer standing by for the introductions.
We will honor challenger and champion with their respective national anthems. First, the national anthem for the United States of America. And now the national anthem for Ukraine. Ladies and gentlemen, meine Damen und Herren, willkommen. Welcome to Stade de Suisse, Bern, Switzerland, where tonight Klitschko Management Group and K2 Promotions are proud to present the main event of the evening. 12 rounds of boxing for the heavyweight championship of the world. Sanctioned by the BDB, President Thomas Putz, Supervisor Jean-Marcel Nards, the International Boxing Federation, President Darrell Peoples, Supervisor Lindsey Tucker. The World Boxing Organization, President Francisco Paco Barcarcel. The World Boxing Association, President Gilberto Mendoza, and the International Boxing Organization, President Ed Levine. At ringside, the 3 judges scoring this bout will be from Mexico, Alejandro Lopez, from England, Dave Paris, from Puerto Rico, Roberto Ramirez, and inside the ring, in charge of the action at the bell, the referee from the United States, Sam Williams. And now, the officials are ready, the fighters are ready. So for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble! Fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black with gray, official weight 111 kilograms. His professional record, 36 victories, including 24 knockouts, with only 2 defeats. From Washington, D.C., USA, the IBF #1 ranked challenger in the world, Tony the Tiger Thompson. And fighting out of the red corner, wearing red with gold, officially weighing 113 kilograms. This Olympic gold medal champion now has a professional record consisting of 57 victories, including 50 knockouts, with 3 defeats. Fighting out of Hamburg, Germany, and his home Kiev, Ukraine, the 3-time world champion and reigning, defending IBF, IBO, WBA, WBO heavyweight champion of the world, Dr. Steel Hammer, Wladimir Klitschko.
Tape for this heavyweight championship fight. Klitschko, 36 years of age. Thompson is 40. Klitschko with a 1-inch height advantage. The reach advantage goes slightly to Thompson. And you can see Klitschko near 250, Thompson around 245. And the records that we've noted throughout our broadcast. The referee is Sam Williams, Unified Rules of Boxing, 10-point must system. 3 judges score the fight. No standing 8 count, no 3 knockdown rule. A boxer cannot be saved by the bell in any round. If an accidental foul causes an injury and the ref stops the bout, the result will be a no decision if stopped before 4 completed rounds. Set to go for 12 in Stade de Suisse in Bern, Switzerland.
Well, Bruce, Tony Thompson, when he's home and not boxing, he works for Homeland Security. The question is, can he keep his homeland safe from Wladimir Klitschko's missiles tonight?
First fight was an 11th round knockout by Klitschko. And Thompson is a southpaw, but Freddie, he actually was an orthodox fighter who talked himself and worked into becoming a southpaw.
Yeah, he wanted to take advantage of being a southpaw and use the lead in as a power hand, which is quite common nowadays.
Thompson says he wants to make this a brawl. Right now, just a feeling out process in the first 45 seconds.
One thing, Bruce, Wladimir did start a bit slowly in their first fight, picked up steam as the fight went on, ended in the 11th round knockout, like we said. Question is he motivated to try to get Tony out of there earlier and maybe step on the gas a little bit earlier in the fight than last time?
If you look at the physique, the definition of these 2 guys, the difference in the upper bodies is quite dramatic with Klitschko, the Rock. Right hand by Klitschko. That was the right hand that put away Thompson in their first bout in the 11th.
And that's a classic way to fight a southpaw. Go with the lead right hand, come back at the hook.
You know, Tony took the right hand pretty well in the first fight for most of the time, but Klitschko kept throwing him and eventually breaking him down, and eventually one got in there. You got to figure that's what Klitschko's looking to do again.
Freddie, should Thompson be throwing some jabs out there?
I'd like to see him a little more offensive and not wait for the counter punch. He's waiting for Klitschko to do the counter punch, and the range is too much. He won't get it off with Klitschko.
Another right hand landed by Klitschko.
He does need to take the lead.
Klitschko is known as a good defensive fighter, but that chin has been suspect with 3 losses, all by knockouts in his career.
You notice there, being that Wladimir is a right-hander, Tony's a southpaw, they're stepping on each other's feet. That's very common. Freddie, that drives me crazy.
Yeah, when both guys are on the same side leading with that, it's going to happen. It's just part of the game. And that's why the head clashes quite often happen when southpaws fight right-handed fighters.
Thompson finally scores near the end of this first round, but it's been a quiet first round, punctuated by some right hands by Klitschko, and that's about it. Beautiful venue tonight in Bern, Switzerland, the capital city of Switzerland.
If you step to him, this fight is over this round. He's did all he can, but he won that round. Of course, you didn't throw anything. You threw 2 or 3 rounds. Start going to the jab. Let's start. Don't sort of just one punch. What you win? It's totally. It's over with if you step out. It's over. It's over. It's over. Let's start pressing him on what this.
There you see the feet stepping on each other.
Watching for the jab, and then you crowd him.
They're going to battle for that position all night, being the righty and the southpaw. Who's going to win that? Very well is going to win the fight because they're going to have that kind of leverage, that kind of angle.
And sometimes we do that on purpose.
Of course. One thing I noticed Emmanuel said, he said he won that first round. I don't know about that. Maybe just trying to get Wladimir to work a little bit harder.
I think he's just trying to motivate him a little bit.
The jab over the jab.
But Freddie, the thing about Thompson is he's an awkward fighter, which does pose some problems for Klitschko too.
It does, and the thing is, he had a little success with lead left hand in that last round, and I think if he does that a little more, he might have some more success with that straight left hand.
And there's a combination by Klitschko. He has not been throwing the jab, just pretty much firing that right hand thus far.
Seems like maybe they banged heads there already.
Now this is the second round where in the first fight they came together, as we saw in the video prior to the fight, where they bashed knees together, and Tony maybe had a bit of a physical problem because of that.
A good combination right hand by Klitschko, got through as Thompson holds on. Power punches in round 1. It was Klitschko throwing the right hand, but getting credit for it only twice, and Thompson with 3. He's not really throwing that jab, Freddie. Klitschko is just kind of probing with it.
Yeah, he's just trying to get his distance with it, and I think he's trying to look for the power right hand.
Klitschko with the left hook coming off the right hand that time.
That's one thing about Wladimir Klitschko. He can punch with both hands.
I'll mention this now. If you notice, you see the white lettering. It looks like a big blotch on Vladimir's trunks. What that actually is a bunch of names of his fans who, for charitable purposes, well, same thing as the first fight, they go down on a slip. I don't know if their knees play.
No knockdown.
I don't think their knees hit together, but it just shows you the awkwardness of what happens when you got the southpaw and the right-hander together. Back to the trunks, the fans of Vladimir's, they paid money as a charitable thing to have their name stitched on his trunks, because Wladimir, a very charitable guy, involved in a lot of different money-raising activities for good causes, and so people who put up a few dollars get to see their names, however small they are, on the champ's trunks tonight.
Champ trying to get that jab through, but Thompson defending it well. Now Thompson throws a right hand. It's not much, though. That jab is not solid. Now he tries to sneak through again with a jab. Klitschko with the right hand, follows it with another right.
That is exactly what Emmanuel Stewart asked for in the corner. He said if you step to him, you'll get him. And Wladimir took a big step to him. He puts his punches together like that, Bruce. This fight's not going too long.
Freddie, when he cuts the ring down a little bit, he's more effective.
He is. He's starting to cut the ring down, put this guy on the ropes, and he's setting traps for him. He's kind of playing with that left hand, but the right hand's the power shot.
Vladimir's best punch is his right hand, and Freddie, that's pretty much what works best against a southpaw.
Of course.
So Tony's going to have to be very, very careful that he knows what the power of that shot can do. It cost him the fight the first time.
And another push there. That was a rumble, if you want to call it that. It was not a knockdown. As the second round comes to a close, let's see what the referee Sam Williams calls, but there's no doubt that was simply a push as Thompson ended up on the canvas. And we might see more of that before this fight is over. So 2 rounds complete, and another round where even though he wasn't that busy, you have to think Klitschko won.
Definitely. Yeah, both rounds to Klitschko.
I know it, so but you're getting closer to him now. You're getting closer to him now. He's getting closer to him. He's getting tired mentally more so than physically. You allowed a lot of pressure, and he's starting to fall apart now. You're going to start hitting with more little shot now. But I like the little...
Now, double, triple the jab. Push him back on his heels. You can do this. Lock your hands in and let's go to work, man. You done ate his right hand. That's the best he's got. Let's work. Let's work. Let's work, man.
Good suggestion there, Freddie. Doubling and tripling the jab, just not throwing one. It's not going to do much against the guy who's 6'6", 249.
No, he needs to be a bit busier, and Klitschko's just showing his strength, showing he's a stronger man. That's why he pushes him around the ring whenever he wants.
That Barry Hunter discussion in the corner, that sounded just like the first fight where he was telling his man what to do, kind of whipping him a little early in the fight, and seeing if he can bring out the aggressiveness that Tony Thompson promised in the pre-fight. So far, we haven't seen that.
Freddie, do you make anything of the fact that Klitschko's kind of trying to push his opponent around there, even if it means knocking him down or stepping on his foot?
Yeah, he's just showing he's a dominant person in the ring. He's a stronger guy. He's more physical. He's just taking charge, and being on the ground, even though you're pushed, is not a great place to be.
Right hand for Klitschko scored. Power punches in round 2, and that time Thompson with no punches landing in 9 attempts.
I'm having flashbacks of the Jean-Marc Mormac fight with those kind of punch stats. Thompson is obviously not going to win the fight if he doesn't throw punches and land them. He's just not doing it.
In that Mormac fight, Dan, he said that he did feel one jab Klitschko did from Mormac during the fight.
I'm not sure he's felt any of the things from Thompson so far. You can hear Barry Hunter talking, yelling it from the corner, double and triple the jab. Well, Tony's not doing it.
It's almost like Klitschko's waiting to counter, and there's a solid jab from Klitschko. He's just loading up on that right hand. Now Thompson comes to fight.
You just wonder if Thompson, does he have that true burning desire in his belly to go out there and get this? If you're not going to win, go down swinging, as opposed to go in there, try to do your best, try to fight, but don't leave every single thing you have in the ring. He needs to leave every single thing in the ring if he wants to win the fight.
Especially at age 40. And he walked into a left hand there from Klitschko.
He said it in the pre-fight that this was his last chance at this type of fight, and it probably is. He's getting a career payday for the fight. They got over $1 million package for this fight, even more than they got for the first fight. And without a win, he's never going to see that kind of bread again.
Oh, there's a left hand that landed by Thompson. Freddie, is it possible he's thinking, Thompson, hey, I can knock this guy out at some point. I just got to wait for my spot.
The thing is, he's waiting for that spot, and if you wait, sometimes it never happens. He's just, make it happen, go for it, in my opinion.
The fight might be long over.
Yeah, another left hand.
And now he peppers the jab and scores. And finally, he goes to the body. Good move there by Thompson. In the first fight, he scored a lot of punches to the body. A better round for Thompson. I don't know if he wins the round, but a better round.
Well, one thing, Bruce, about this fight is, in the first fight, Thompson, if you were going to give him any rounds, were probably the first couple. Here, it doesn't seem as he's starting as well. He does land a decent left hand there, not with a lot behind it, but it still lands. But that was pretty much it for offense for him in that round.
Because you see him coming, you're timing him real good, but you need to catch him with something. But get back to your jab, though, Wladimir. That's a basic thing. Your jab starts working on everything. I know, but you're getting closer to him now. Start fighting out a while. Get him to start watching the jab. Then he won't be able to watch the right hand so much. Because he's watching the right hand all night. That's all he's doing. He's watching. You start jabbing or something, he'll start up and watching the jab.
Ray, look at me, son. Believe.
I believe.
You got me? Believe.
Do this, man.
Inside, work him. You understand me? Let's roll. My man, let's go to work, boy.
Thompson should have some more confidence after that round.
He should. He landed a couple good shots there, and he should. I just like to see a little more fire under him.
And what about Emmanuel Stewart saying to Klitschko that he's there for you? When are you going to take the opportunity and throw the punch?
One thing about Wladimir is he's a cerebral kind of fighter. Doesn't get wild, at least not anymore. He's a thinking man's guy in the ring, and he's looking for the perfect shot.
Here's Dan Rayfield's scorecard at the end of 3 rounds.
We got the fight 30-27. I did think the third round was more competitive than the first 2, but I don't think Tony did enough or landed enough to actually merit giving him that round. So 3-0. Maybe it could be 2-1, but I feel confident that Klitschko is up 3-0 on the scorecards at this point. Tony's just not throwing enough punches to take these rounds, not landing enough punches either.
Here's the numbers through round 3, in round 3. And a right hand there by Klitschko.
See, that's a great example of punch stats.
Yes, another right hand by Klitschko.
Thompson threw a lot more punches, but they did not have the kind of muscle on them that Klitschko's shots did. Klitschko is the one shots did more damage. Damage is what wins professional fights.
And now Klitschko lands the jab, which is again what Emmanuel Stewart said to throw. And a right hand by Klitschko, who's starting to find the range here in the 4th round. Freddie, it's almost like he's waiting for the perfect time, and it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, he is. He's trying to set it up a little bit, and Thompson is sitting right in front of him.
Oh, good combination there. A left hook followed the right hand.
He's getting the timing of his rhythm.
And he's getting more active here in the 4th. And he's also content to play, you know, the boss man, show some ring generalship.
Saw him grab onto Tony's back of his neck there to sort of clinch. That's an old Emmanuel Stewart trick of the trade. Lennox Lewis used to do that quite a bit. You see Wladimir doing it again. Sap some of the energy, maybe slow down whatever momentum he may feel Tony has in this. And I wish he wouldn't do that, but it is effective from time to time.
Klitschko sneaks in a jab. Thompson comes in but doesn't throw the punch. And now he misses wildly with a straight left. Crowd thought that one registered pretty good. I don't know. As round 4 comes to a close.
It's unfolding very much like the first fight, Bruce. It really is. I mean, you know, not the fastest start in the world for Klitschko.
We go and land
Probably
on
not
shot,
losing
then we go
rounds,
back,
but,
we take a holiday,
you know,
then we come back in. If you
like
start
he's
getting to him a little closer, he won't be able to think that fast. Believe me, you're gonna have to start putting the pressure a little faster. After exchange, get back to him quick. You get back, you're giving him a lot of time to reorganize. You start getting to him a little faster, he'll start giving. He's getting tired now. Watch the way he's going to the corner with Ace. Walking, you got a lot of energy. He's tired. You start putting a little more pressure and start working the jab a little more. The jab still works. Even if you don't feint, and they start getting him busy. But I would put more pressure after the attack. Get back quicker. Don't take so much time in between. I know it's a little awkward with his style, and you're worried about getting crushed because he's on.
I ain't come here to do no losing, son. None.
Freddie, what do you think of Emmanuel's advice there?
Yeah, he's giving good advice. I like him to be a bit busier, with more combinations. I think he can end this fight anytime he wanted to, just by putting pressure on this guy and using combination. And really using his jab and not just pawing out there with it.
And that left hook did land solidly by Klitschko to end the fourth, right up against the ropes. You saw a good replay of it. Now they're within arm's length. Let's see how this unfolds.
I feel like the way Klitschko's got the hand out there, that he's just sort of got the right hand cocked, just looking for a big right hand. It is his best weapon. He wants to use it against the southpaw, looking for the perfect shot.
Here's through 4 rounds, the total power punches, and it's really one-sided.
And Bruce, that is why I have Klitschko winning this fight very easily.
And Klitschko now landing a couple of jabs.
Poor Barry Hunter is going to yell double and triple the jab the entire fight, and Tony doesn't look like he's going to do it.
With that right hand low, Freddie, it looks like Klitschko could just keep firing that jab.
Yeah, every time he throws it, he has success with it. He just should go and put the right hand behind it, and I think we'd all be going home.
And again, the jab negated that charging move by Thompson. Now it's ever present, and it's on the button.
Oh, he's got it going now.
He's getting some rhythm in round 5. Why doesn't Thompson throw those punches instead of just juking?
I think it's because he's worried about what's coming back.
Yeah.
It's easier for us to sit here and say, do this, do that, but he's the one that's getting nailed every time he tries to do that, and suddenly there's a Klitschko fist in his face.
It's a fair point. It's his body, not ours. Under a minute to go in round 5. Bruce Beck, Dan Rayfield, Freddie Roach. As Klitschko lands another right.
He's got that nice move where he takes the left and sort of pushes Thompson's other arm down. And
oh, good combination by Klitschko. Left, right, and down goes Thompson.
Same right hand as in the first fight.
Will Tony get up from this one? He looks all right.
Emmanuel Stewart predicted a 5th round knockout.
Sam Williams gets him to his feet.
He's out.
Still time, 22 seconds to go. He looks wobbly. Klitschko back to the jab. Where's the right hand? Thompson might get through this round. Doing a good job of tying him up here in the final second to the 5th. Freddie, I thought he might have gone back to the right hand there with 20 seconds still to finish him.
No, you don't. That ain't what I see it. You land your hand out there, you just land the punches
great
up.
right hand.
You giving this man the opportunity to clip you, son.
That is about as clean a shot as you can land, Bruce.
You hear me?
Right on the middle of the face.
You turn around, man, you wanted this. You fought hard to get back here. Don't go out like this, man.
There he's doing his best.
Defense too.
But he just doesn't have the horse to do it, I don't think.
Tremendous combination.
Definitely. He finally put the 2 and 3 punch combination together. He does that a couple more times.
You got some babies out there.
He'll be over.
You got me? You brought him here to see this. Let's go.
Man, that's right on the button. And the jab set it up gorgeously. Round 6. Wladimir Klitschko defending all of his titles against Tony the Tiger Thompson in Bern, Switzerland.
Klitschko's being patient here, not rushing after him, thinking maybe he's still hurt, but he knows that he's got him. pretty much when he wants him, but he's going to take his time. He's very professional about the way he goes about his business.
Thompson looks like he's got a little bounce, but the question is, is he rubbery or not? Klitschko looking and waiting for the opportunity again. Left hook comes in, ties him up.
It looked like in the corner they were working on a small cut, possibly over Thompson's left eye. I couldn't see the cut, but they had the Q-tip jammed in there. Maybe there was a little bit of a cut.
Thompson trying to throw that jab now. Klitschko backs him into the corner.
The absolute worst place in the world where Tony Thompson wants to be is in the corner or up against the ropes. If he stays there, that's suicidal for him in this fight.
Left hook by Klitschko. Hasn't been able to get that right through in this round. Thompson's got to be looking for it. Now a right hand by Klitschko.
You know, Bruce, I'm not sure he's all together still from that knockdown in the previous round. You know, I think right now he's just sort of getting through it, kind of on memory at the moment. Because you can see he's not throwing a lot of punches.
Big right hand by Klitschko. Again, a combination. Just missed it.
I think he's still hurt from the first punch.
I think you're right,
punch, yeah. He's very, very gun shy at this point.
Right hand Klitschko. Behooves Klitschko here to try to take him out because Thompson definitely doesn't look like he's got his senses. And he's just being a defensive fighter now, throwing a jab off his back foot. Right hand Klitschko follows it up. Big combination. And he wrestles Thompson down. Let's see how Sam Williams, the referee, calls this one. He's counting them. It's a knockdown, and it may be a knockout.
7, 8, 9.
He's back on his feet with 10 seconds to go. He may make it again. Let's see. Nope, that's it.
Yet another dominant performance for Wladimir Klitschko, still the heavyweight champ, and he did exactly what I know he wanted to do, even though he wouldn't verbalize it. Get rid of him quicker this time than he did the first time. He did it.
A 6th round TKO by Wladimir Klitschko. 2 knockdowns in the bout. And that last combination, Freddie, it was like a combination of punches and a little pushing as well.
A little pushing as well, yeah. Just,
how do you deal with that kind of shot? He's got the power, he's got the intelligence, he's got the jab. You got a big man in front of you who presents a little bit of an awkward style, and he just went through him almost as easily as he went through Jean-Marc Mormec a few months ago.
Sure, I mean...
Who's going to beat this guy?
Right now, I can't see anyone else out there. Even his brother.
Tony Thompson is probably the best American heavyweight at the moment based on his record, on what he's done, and he was just shredded.
It was totally one-sided, almost from the beginning. Early on, we thought Thompson should have tried to engage his opponent, and then after he had been knocked down once, he just didn't have it. Freddie, as we take a look at that right hand, left, right, goes up against the ropes, and then he just kind of knocks him down with a little bit of this and that, right?
Yeah, kind of mugged him a little bit there. But
I don't think it mattered, though. He had thrown
matter.
6 punches.
The thing is, you know, in Thompson, you know, he hung in there. He tried his best, but he just wasn't good enough for this guy.
And yet he was the mandatory challenger. So Klitschko again did what he had to do. He fought somebody who was put in front of him. When you look at the numbers in this fight, it is as one-sided as what you just saw on the screen. Klitschko with power punches and landing with great efficiency. That's something that we don't talk about often, just the power, but the efficiency is impressive.
Of course, you know, efficiency is the key, actually.
And Tony was active with obviously 183 punches thrown, more than what Klitschko did. But what did land, which was not much, was very, very light compared to what Klitschko was landing. And he just could not deal you know, with whatever was coming back from Klitschko, Tony could not hang with it.
And Klitschko's power shots are really power shots. I mean, Tony's
aren't.
Yes.
That's 51 knockouts now for Klitschko. 16 straight wins. His 19th victory in a world title fight. He's just moving up. And you're looking at some impressive names that he's joining along the way, because he is now, and he's only 36, so he's not going to stop anytime soon. He is going to end up with a lot of big names up there with him. When you look at this one, here's a good one. Most wins in title fights in heavyweight history, and it's updated. He's only 7 away from Joe Louis.
I mean, the bottom line with Klitschko is he probably could get to these numbers even quicker. The problem with him, and like many of the top superstars of boxing today, is they only fight twice a year. And it would be great if Wladimir could fight at least 3 times a year. I'm not sure that there is going to be a third fight this year for him. Maybe at the end of the year, but he hasn't had 3 fights in a year in quite some time.
And Freddie, I know rivalries often define sports, but there is no rival for him at the present time.
There is no rival right now, and the thing is, that's why we're looking at the Olympics coming up, and we're looking for the Olympic gold medalists to maybe come in and maybe do something about it. But where else are we going to get a good heavyweight from at this point?
I mean, there's a few younger guys or lesser experienced fighters that are on the way up that Klitschko has mentioned that someday could challenge. But there's nobody right now, unfortunately, that's ready. The one guy that you could see fighting, and maybe an Alexander Povetkin, who has the lesser version of one of the titles that Klitschko does have that they handed him. And the reason is because Povetkin literally ducked Klitschko to get that cheap belt. He is looking at a career payday of more than $2 million. Didn't take the fight. Has just ran from him and from Vitaly Klitschko. Besides him, in the top 10 right now, there's nobody else out there for him to fight.
Well, one of the reasons is because his brother, Vitaly, owns the WBC title, and they promised their mom they would never fight each other.
And you can understand that. It's not tennis where the Williams sisters can play and then go hang out. This is physical violence. It's a whole different story. I've talked to both brothers about the times in their earlier days when they sparred with each other, and I've been told from what they've said that these sessions were so brutal at times that it got to a point where they just said, don't do it anymore.
And there's the respect. You see that the champion shows not only boxing, but to his opponent, the sports world, and you can hear the other side saying, I have respect for you. You don't see that, you don't hear it that often, but he commands it, Freddie.
He really does, yeah. And Wladimir Klitschko, I did get to train him for 4 fights at one time. He's one of the best. He made sure I was okay. He's just a great guy all around.
How many times did he knock you down?
None.
Freddie always had a great chin.
He's very accurate.
Speaking of accurate, I was impressed with his patience tonight. I mean, maybe a couple of times we felt like he wasn't engaging enough. But
yeah, I think he could have engaged a little bit more and get him out of there quickly, but possibly take a shot and get caught by a shot coming in. He's very smart about what he does.
He could have thrown more jabs, though, right?
The jab, he could have thrown more jabs, and Emmanuel was telling him that also. When he gets out there, laying out there a little bit lazy at times, I think that's the only flaw I saw in his armor.
There's really nothing to be too critical about in this fight.
No.
Because he went about it methodically, professionally, destroyed Thompson, took everything he had away from him, and then knocked him out. It didn't go too short. It didn't go too long. It was sort of just right.
And we saw a brilliant 2-punch combination punctuated with that one big right hand. That was the first knockdown. And then the last one was just a plethora of punches that just knocked Thompson to the canvas.
Just the icing on the cake, actually.
And now his brother, Vitaly, puts the robe back on the champion. And this is a guy he's got a global reach. I mean, he was born in Kazakhstan. His homes are in Hamburg, Germany, and Hollywood, Florida, but he's fighting out of Kiev in the Ukraine. So what part of the world hasn't he touched?
Well, and he's also fought in the United States. He's fought in other places throughout Europe, whether it's Hungary or Ukraine, his home country, or Germany, where he's been based for so many years. I mean, to see these devastating shots just sinking in on Thompson, one after another. No way he was going to stand up to those blows.
It would be good to see him, Freddie, in the U.S. fighting.
It would. It would. We just we need some good U.S. challenges. And there's a couple young kids coming up. Brian Jennings right now, but then they're not close to this yet.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Here's Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes at 2 minutes 56 seconds of round number 6. The winner by knockout victory. Victory number 58, knockout number 51, still the IBF, IBO, WBA, WBO heavyweight champion of the world, Dr. Steel Hammer, Wladimir Klitschko.
И поздравляем. И надеемся, что и его брат Виталий одержит победу над Мануэлем Чаром, который, кстати говоря, находится в этом зале и наблюдал за боем Владимира. Интересно, что он скажет завтра. Наверняка его попытает пресса не о своем сопернике, не только о своем сопернике будущем, не только о Виталии, но и о Владимире.
Ну вот.
Тони Томпсон пытался что-то сделать, Тони Томпсон старался, нельзя ему в этом отказать. Тони Томпсон не боялся, но сделать многого он сегодня в ринге не может. Просто не может против лучшего из лучших. Ликует Стад де Суisse в Берне. И на этом я, Сергей Лазовский, и двукратный чемпион Европы Андрей Шкаликов говорим вам до свидания. Мы смотрели хороший бокс и надеемся делать вместе с вами это и в будущем.
До встречи, друзья.
Heute ist ein ganz besonderer Tag. Es sind viele Freunde aus